What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's gonna be a little bit different than one of my other videos. I'm actually gonna do some attempts on body work, which a little bit nervous about, but I've done a lot of research online, watched a lot of videos, figure out what I'm doing. Without further ado, I'll show you what I'm working on here. Well, that didn't work out. Let me try this again. Oh, that looks much better. Well, here it is, guys. I bought a grill, I paint matched it. I bought an emblem from Royalty Core, put that back on there, which is also paint matched. They did a phenomenal job on that. That's some really high quality stuff. If you guys ever look onto their website, which I will leave a link for in the description. So without further ado, I'll show you guys my attempt at body shop. Like I said, never done body shop before. I've never really painted anything on vehicles, and to be completely honest, I've over 30 years old. I've never had a vehicle where I did any body work on. I usually just put on bolt-on parts. So this is my first attempt. I'm going to show you basically how to do it, on my interpretation on how to do it. I bought touch-up paint from GM. I bought it from the dealership. Same with their clear coat. Bought some good primer online on Amazon, and paint matched this whole thing all up. So without further ado, guys, I'll show you how to do that. Alright, now that the garage is all warmed up, we're going to get started here. Here's what it looked like when I first took it out of the box. For $200, I'm not going to lie, this is pretty good quality. I'm actually happy with it. I was a little nervous considering some of the prices on grills that you can find online. So we're going to get this all painted up. I'm going to have a bunch of time-lapse videos. Like I said previously, I've never done any body work, so this is all kind of new to me. It's basically what I read, what I watch videos online. So we'll get to attempt it. So first off, what we're going to actually do is we're going to take these emblem off right here. We're going to take all these fake bolts out, which are just pressed in. They're pretty easy to pop right out. And then on the back side, what I'm going to do is take this whole top cover off and the bolts, or I'm sorry, the connectors to go to the bottom of the grill. Take that all off. We'll prep this thing. We'll paint it. Put some clear coat on it. We'll put the new emblem on. We'll be good to go. So we'll do a couple time-lapse videos, and then I'll explain each one as I saw it. Alright, so if you get an AEG grill, I don't know if they're all going to be the same or not, but this particular one, they are all 7mm nuts and bolts. So those are pretty easy, and then these top screws are all just Phillips. So let's get everything off. Now that those are off, let's pop these bolts out. Or I'm sorry, these fake bolts out. I'm just going to take a 3/4 inch deep socket, put it on here like this, and with a hammer, I'll just punch every one of these out. Should come out pretty quick and easy. Alright, now I'm just going to mask off, show you what it looks like. I'm just going to mask off the grill right here. I already pre-cut the bubble wrap that it came with to cover the whole thing, because I just want to paint just this outside over here. So I'll mask this all off, time-lapse that, and we'll keep moving on. Now that that's not all on there, it says that you can grind the powder coat just so it's rough. I'm going to actually take it all off and put new primer on. I found a little disc sander. Found it online. I'll leave the link for it in the description. Just goes in your drill. Comes with a little disc like this. I'm using 100 grain. Just you pull this back off and put it right on there. So let's sand this all off. But safety first. Alright, now I'm just going to use some paint thinner, clean everything all up, make sure it's all good. I did double check everything. Everything looks pretty good, ready to take off. So we'll use some paint thinner, we'll clean everything all up. And then I'm just going to take an alcohol with a lint-free cloth and kind of dab it all over and just clean everything so it's completely dry. Be ready for primer. Alright, now we're going to put the primer on. First coat's going to go on really lightly, just want to basically dust it on here. Then I'll do a second coat, it's going to be a little bit thicker. I'll sand that one, and then I'm going to do a third coat, and then we'll see how that one looks. If it looks pretty good, we'll go and start painting. If not, we'll sand that again, and then we'll go to paint after that. Alright, 2 coats, it looks pretty good. There's a couple blemishes, so I'm going to clean it all up with 600 grit, wet sand it, and then once that dries we'll primer again, and we should be able to go on to paint after that. Alright, now that everything looks good, I'm going to paint it now. I just actually went to the dealership. I bought this and the clear coat, both GM paint and clear coat. Used my VIN number to get the same color. So let's rip into that. I'm going to do 2 coats of this stuff. I'm going to sand it with 60 grit or 600 grit, and then I'll do 1 more coat. I'm going to sand it with 1000 grit, and then after that I should be able to do a clear coat. So I'll have 4 coats of paint on this. We'll do a couple coats of clear coat and should be all good. Alright, now that we got a couple coats there, I'm going to sand it now with 1000 grit. And then once that dries, I'll paint it one more time, and we should be good to go on to the clear coat. Alright, everything looks good. Let's throw down the clear coat. I'm just going to do 2 coats of clear coat. It says not to apply a lot of it, otherwise it'll crack or turn yellow. So we're going to put down one. I'm going to wait probably 24 hours. I'll put down a second one. We'll put the emblem on, throw it on the truck. We'll be all set to go. Alright guys, final piece of the puzzle. Gonna put this in here just like that. This is actually from Royalty Core. It's really good quality. I'm actually really happy about it. Wasn't too expensive either, so let's throw this on real quick. Just puts 3 bolts right in the back. Throw some washers on it. Put it right on. Alright guys, here's the factory grill. I'm gonna snap this right out real quick. Put the new one back on now that it's all painted and everything. It looks really good. I'm really surprised at how well it turned out. But either way, I'm not going to show you guys how to take this grill out. It's fairly easy. It's just a couple bolts and about 8 clips, I believe. Maybe it's 10 clips. But I'll give you a link right here. You can click on that and it'll show you how to pop that off real easy. So let's see if I can't just, snap this in. Well, it looks really good. I like it. There is a little bit of fitment issues. Not too bad. Not anything for $200. I'll give you guys a good rundown. Run into a little bit of a gap right here. Other than that, it looks pretty even. Gap isn't as wide on this side. But overall, I think this thing looks really, really good. Paint match looks great. Can't wait to take this thing on the road and show it off. Well, this concludes my video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Like I said, that was my first time doing body work, so I think it turned out really well. Like I said, the fitment issues are a little bit, iffy, but it was a cheap grill, so I'll take it. I'll maybe probably bend it back into place when I get some time. So if you guys like this type of content, especially Duramax stuff, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe.